Story time. So, a few months ago, we set up our new tank. It's a freshwater tropical tank, and one of the fish that we bought was a honey gourami. I've always wanted honey gouramis because they just look really inquisitive and cute, so we got a pair, and one of them came with dark pigmentation, which we thought was normal. But turns out it was not because it ended up dying just earlier today, and I took it out for a dissection because that is what I do as a sciencey person. So I wanted to see what caused its death, if I could find parasites, and voila, I did find a few parasites inside, and here is the footage of that. This is what the parasite looks like without magnification. So as you can see, very visible to the bare naked eye. Has like a coloring on like a lateral coloration. It's still moving around despite having been out of its host, the honey gourami, for 20-30 minutes already. And I have this slide cover placed on top, but this is a really cheap microscope set, and I didn't kill it beforehand because I wanted to see this thing move around. So as you can see, there's still a gap. I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna place this one under the microscope and we shall see what happens, how it looks. This looks so disgusting. Okay, here it is under the microscope. It looks almost as though it has a heartbeat. There's like vascular elements contracting. There's a fluid running through it. Oh my gosh. I feel like this might be something really boring when I search it up, and I'm just getting excited about it for no reason, but this is so cool. I'm gonna move it on the slide a little bit. What the heck are you? It might be like a nematode of sorts. I do not know my worms very well. So this is a light spot. As you can see, nothing much going on here. But when I rearrange it to this end, is this a mouth? Is this the anal end? We don't know. Well, I don't know. I think I'll search it up later. This is very, very interesting. It's definitely hollow. On this end, I can see it contracting. What if it's an alien? Just kidding. Probably not an alien. Probably an internal parasite. That hopped on for a ride. Found 4 of these actually, so I remember them being on the gourami when we bought the gourami for our tank, our new setup. Holy moly. And it already had these dark spots on its inside of it. We thought it was a pigmentation difference since the other gourami didn't have them, but turns out it was these little guys chilling, hanging out, sucking the lifeblood out of the fish. So when I took these parasites out, the fish had passed away maybe half an hour earlier, so it was still pretty fresh when we took it out. And I got my my handy dandy arts and crafts knife and took these things out because I was very curious, as my sciencey mind is, and I wanted to see what they were, and here we are. I've been watching a lot of Studio Ghibli films recently, and one thing I've noticed is that, like, the villains tend to be these shapeless, dark blobs. And this reminds me a lot of the Ghibli evil spirits, like the one from Princess Mononoke, like the demon spirit that takes over. But yeah. I guess they took inspiration from freshwater parasites, I guess. Okay, so I found another one of these parasites, but this one, it was like inside some kind of egg casing, and so instead of to examine it, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna mount it on a slide and see from there. But when I put the slide cover on, I actually popped this thing out of the egg. So like, here is the egg casing. Like, I will show what it looked like before, but this was like an egg casing, and I thought it was like dead because it was rolled up in a ball, but it was inside the egg casing. And so when I pressed the slide cover on, this thing slid out, and I thought it was dead at first, just because it was curled up, but no, it is very much alive and pulsating in a way that makes me really uncomfortable. So this was found in a honey gourami. If anyone has any ideas as to what this may be, please let me know, because I'm quite disturbed by this thing. This is so nasty. Oh my gosh. This is so gross. Not an amoeba, for sure. What is this? What is this? That looks very fascinating. That could be a piece of the egg that slid off and attached itself to it. Oh god. Just look at it. It's like filling up with the black fluid, which maybe it's blood. Let's see if I can zoom in. See, I don't know. This is really, really interesting. Yeah. Oh. Whoa.